Hi, it's Maggie. Today I'm doing the chart of Jennifer Aniston of Friends. It's so interesting how I always knew she was an Aquarian, but how Aquarians are known for their friends. And she started Friends all those seasons. So that's pretty much what she's known for among, everything else. I mean, she's a very good actress in a lot of movies and yeah, I don't want to go into the broad Jolie, but I did see something in her chart, so I will kind of bring it up. Uh, but Jennifer Aniston was born uh, February 11th, 1969 in Los Angeles, California. So she is a Aquarius, and her ascendant is Libra. Let me just make sure. Yeah, her ascendant's Libra, 24 degrees in the 12th house. Frequently, actors have a strong 12th house. And she does. She has Jupiter, the good luck planet, good luck, good fortune, expansion. So it just expands her her subconscious and her ability to really get into roles, and brings her good luck in the arts as well. In the arts, publishing, Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, so you would look at that as well. Um, Foreign travel, I believe I just found out she's Greek. They changed her name. So yeah, she lived in Greece for a year, so that's pretty cool. And that would be Jupiter in the 12th house, the ruler of Pisces. So also she has Uranus in the 12th house of Pisces. So Jupiter and Uranus, would give her a lot of changeability and ability to use her imagination to play different character roles, and um, could give her unconscious sort of a liberating, erratic twist to it. I don't know. She probably has a lot of issues maybe that she had to work on, maybe sudden, unexpected changes that happened to her, such as, Brad Pitt having an affair, and marrying Jolie. So that, definitely did a number on your unconscious, of course. And so that would be sudden, unpredictable change in the 12th house. Just for an example, one thing, there may have been other issues too, because it's a house of secrets and the unconscious, and it's a house of Pisces also. So moving on, she has the moon in Sagittarius, so that's traveling again. Traveling. She's very widely traveled. She married a Sagittarian. She married Brad Pitt. He's a Sagittarian. So that's probably their connection, where they connected. Venus is in its fall in Aries. She has that in the 6th house. So, she meets a lot of, her coworkers at work, of course. Venus in Aries, it's in its fall, but still Venus, it's just a little more, it's the ruler of Taurus, so it's not quite as feminine in Aries. It's more direct to get what it wants when it wants. And so she plays very forceful roles. In her north node, she has Venus in Aries and Saturn in Aries as well. So in the 6th house of work. So yeah, that could be maybe someone having a love affair at work, and Saturn could be, maybe not having it work out, or it could also be just discipline, bringing discipline and building structure in your work. And she worked very, very hard to be the great actress that she is, and that's her Saturn and Venus, and her North Node as well. So she was meant to make a mark, and I like her Venus in Aries. It just gives her, great directness, impulsiveness that she uses in her art, and it's in opposition to Libra. And so in Libra, she has Jupiter, planet of good luck, good fortune, expansion, and Uranus. So she, can give her like a quirkiness and likableness that everyone likes. But Venus in Aries can also it's a masculine sign. That's why it's in its fall. It's in the masculine sign, but a lot of people find that attractive, So, yeah, I'm thinking of Rihanna for some reason. It's been a while since I did her chart, but yeah, she's got something similar going on. Or maybe it's her 12th house, but anyway, I'm not doing her chart right now. So I'm kind of going backwards now because most of Jennifer's planets are in the lower hemisphere, with the exception of Jupiter and Uranus in her 12th house of Pisces, above the horizon. She has nothing in the midheaven, however, her 10th house is Leo, so that's her, she always wanted to be an actress, I believe. So she succeeded in that. Worked very, very hard with her North Node in the workhouse. Venus also gave her some good luck. Good luck, and she may have had a sudden, unpredictable break, maybe. After working very, very hard, though. And those are in sextile to her. Yeah, Aries and Aquarius get along very, very well. She should have married an Aquarius, I don't know what her husband is now, but Aries and Aquarius make great soulmates. Not so much Aries and Gemini. I mean, they can if there's no cheating. No cheating or lying going on. No offense to anyone intended, but ideally, yeah, I see her definitely with an Aquarian. Sagittarians, they tend to roam. They tend to have dual marriages, which is what happened to her with Brad Pitt. So I was just talking about the sextile between Saturn and the Sun in the 6th house of work. 6th house of work and the 4th house of the home. So she did live overseas for a little while. It's an air sign, and she also has Mercury, the planet of communication, in Aquarius as well. So yeah, that's her show, Friends. Friends, they lived on the set for seasons, and most of them are still friends today. But the sextile, Aries and Aquarius, yeah, they get on great. So those facets of herself, her work and her home and her communication and her personality, herself, comes across in her work. So I'm sure everyone who works with her probably just loves working with her. I mean, Aquarians they're brilliant. For one thing, they have so many friends and acquaintances. They're humanitarian. I'm sure she's done a lot of humanitarian work as well. Mercury, the planet of communication, she uses that as well through her friendships. But yeah, I kind of wish she hooked up with an Aquarian. I don't know who. I'll have to maybe take a look at who she's married to now. Maybe he is one. But it's not like that's the only one for Aries. She is not an Aries, but she just has that beautiful sextile to Aries, which helped her in her work. And her Venus also is in Aries, so that would definitely help, I think, Yeah, it did cause some separation, though, at work, Her husband cheated on her at work. So, yeah, the whole Bradgelina thing, you can tell kind of what side I'm on. I mean, I know it's totally over, but I'm just seeing that in her chart, both Venus and Saturn, and the North Node in her 6th house of work in Aries. So, moving on. there's a very strong interior life for her, because when you have a lot of planets, below the horizon by the IC, like she does, all the way from the first through the sixth house, or the majority of her planets, kind of like in a bowl, it can give you a little more interior, introspective personality. However, she is very much out in the world through, public eye, through her acting, perhaps her philanthropy, because of the Aquarius and Mercury. Yeah, so she also has the sun sextiling the moon, which is a beautiful, easy-flowing aspect. She has 2 sextiles, and she has this beautiful trine going on with Aries and her moon. So yeah, that's very adventurous side of her. And, probably loves outdoor stuff and, adventure, traveling. Neptune as well is in this second house. Just make sure, yeah, Neptune's in Scorpio, 28 degrees. And Mars is in Scorpio as well. Yeah, Mars is in Scorpio, 23 degrees. So Mars, Neptune in Scorpio, it's in her asset house. So they had a really, sorry to keep bringing him up again, but they had a really messy divorce, And so that's money. That's the money house. Second house is money. Scorpio is joint assets. And Neptune is the acting career, illusion. It can also be fogginess in assets. So, just needs to keep an eye on the assets. And watch who you commingle your assets with, Whether or not she married her last husband, I'm not sure if she married him or if they just bought a house and they're living together, which, could make sense. That I don't want to speculate. Yeah, so her first house is Scorpio. Her ascendant is Libra. Artsy, beautiful. She comes across as everybody likes Jen, But Scorpio is very intense, and Mars is the ruler of Scorpio. It's also the ruler of Aries. So, you don't mess with Mars and Scorpio person. They're gonna win in the end. And also she has Mars and Neptune sextiling her Pluto. And Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. So they're sextiling her Pluto and her Uranus as well. So in Virgo. Uranus is actually in Libra, but it's the degree, you have to look at the degree, and the degree is 3 degrees Libra. Sure. Yeah, 3 degrees Libra. So yeah, anyway, it's a sextile between 2 planets, between Pluto and Uranus, to her Mars and Neptune conjunction. So yeah, that it's easy flowing, harmonious aspects, but however, Scorpio is known for joint assets and sexuality as well. And so her assets, she had to fight. She had to fight in court and everything over her assets. So Neptune can add sort of a fog or a veil over the assets, like a confusion, and just, Mars would be, well, it's sexuality for one thing, but it could be a fight. Mars is a fighter. It's a ruler of Aries and Scorpio, so it's a fighter. it's a fighter, and it could do a slow burn. It could want revenge. Um, yeah, and so she could really take a stand, you know? I mean, yeah, she could really, really take a stand. Really take a stand. Because I just wanted to look at her her Saturn. Her Saturn and Mars. Let me just look at her Saturn and Mars. Mars and Saturn. Oh yeah, they're conjuncts. It looks like Saturn and Mars. So yeah, she's had to fight it out. She's had to fight it out. But she succeeded, you know. So the sun's a detriment in Aquarius, you know, because it's at home in fire signs. It's exalted in Aries. It's in Aquarius. Venus and its detriment in Aries. Mars is in Dominion, however. She's got that fight and that spirit to her. She's got it. She has got it. So if anyone tries to get over on her, you know, throughout her acting career, because those are her assets we're talking about, you know? Her assets, her value system, and Mars and Neptune are so close in this conjunction. So that's her ambition, her drive, her will to make money through acting as well. But also having to fight in court over your assets, that's very, very Scorpio as well. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. I just want to break down her elements are fire. She has Venus, Saturn, and the North Node in Aries. So she is one strong woman. She is a strong woman. You really don't want to mess with Jen because she's got Scorpio going on. She does. She's got major Scorpio going on. It's practically on her ascendant. It's in her first house. She has the ruler there. So if you do mess with Jen, you know, she's still going to come out smelling like a rose because Aries wants to fight and they will win. And so does Scorpio. They're natural born fighters, but she will do it with such charm and she's so nice. And that's her Libra house. That's her Libra 12th house. And her Venus, you know, her Venus in the Aries. Yeah. And her Aquarius, you know, she could just be so nice that you won't even realize she's at war with, she's not at war, put it that way, but let's just say that she could do it with great tact. And she was very, very tactful, but she was going through all that stuff. Just, you know, just really classy and tactful woman. And, yeah, I really admire her. I admire her a lot. So, and it's just breaking down her fire, the moon in Aquarius and all that Aries, North Node in Aries in the workhouse. So she's achieved that. In her friendship house of Aquarius, she has Sun and Mercury, 4th house, and everything in Libra. She has, well, her ascendant's Libra, and the Sun and Mercury are Aquarius. Yeah, Aquarius. So they're in a beautiful trine together. They're in the same element, so she uses all that stimulation, all that mental ability. 12th house gives her extreme imagination, inspiration to draw upon through her acting career. And Mercury in Aquarius just takes it to another level because Uranus is the ruler. It's almost like a mutual reception. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. And so is Saturn. And her Saturn's in Aries. So, yeah, I already talked about that. So, she's kind of lacking in Earth. She only has Pluto in Earth. And Pluto is in Virgo. the friend's house. Anyway, cheesy jokes. In her friend's house of friendship, hopes, wishes. Sorry about the lighting in here. Yeah, so Pluto conjunct Uranus, these sudden unpredictable changes in friendships, hopes, values, wishes, wishes. Where was I going with this? God. I was just breaking down her elements. Yeah, her Pluto is the only Earth she has, and it's in Virgo. But it's conjunct Uranus is where I was going with it. They are conjunct, but they're in different signs. Uranus is in Libra. I think it's water. Okay, so yeah, it is, however, it's the only Earth she has, but it's the ruler of her, I keep saying her ascendant, actually, Libra's her ascendant, but she has Mars in Scorpio, and Pluto's the ruler of her first house Scorpio, so she uses that in her work. And in her Earth, you mess with her money, she's going to fight you for it, but she'll do it with such dignity and tact and charm. That's just, yeah, and Aries, I already talked about Aries. So that's good that she has Pluto there. And it helped her also to bring depth to her work and her roles and her friendships. And, she's not like a light. She's more than like Jen in Friends. She has a lot of depth to her personality in her work. So anyway, her water is Scorpio, Mars and Neptune in Scorpio, and DMC in Cancer. So I didn't talk a whole lot about her MC. So for the MC, the midheaven, your career sector, I look at both planets. I look at whatever's up there. She has no planets up there. She does have Pluto in Virgo, the 11th house. Leo's in the 10th house of career, Capricorn's house. But she also has, her ascendant technically is in Cancer. So gives her gives her sensitivity in her roles. Everybody loves Jen. So I'm going to end this. I hope you enjoyed it. She does have Sun sextile the moon. Probably already talked about that. That's a very, very harmonious aspect. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.